Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's honestly a massive game changer for the media space. We're looking at how the AVideo Project, which kicked off back in 2017, and the Worldwide Broadcast Network, or WWBN, are literally democratizing global television broadcasting. You know, for decades, building a real TV network and reaching a worldwide audience was a privilege kept strictly for a select few with very deep pockets. But today, we're witnessing a revolutionary shift. Power is moving away from closed, proprietary systems and going straight into the hands of independent creators.
Here is our roadmap for today's journey. We'll start with the broadcasting distribution problem, move into democratizing TV with AVideo, build the WWBN ecosystem, break down the DNS of television, explore the complete streaming architecture, and finish up with the future of digital ownership. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The broadcasting distribution problem. Let's look at the historical roadblocks keeping independents off the air.
Think about how traditional television used to work. If you wanted a channel, producing great content wasn't enough. You had to beg gatekeepers just for access. You had to negotiate with massive cable giants and deal with grueling multi-million-dollar legal contracts just to get into a single city. Imagine trying to take a network like the Caribbean Broadcasting Network and push it into the Atlanta market. The cost would be astronomical. Well, the AVideo model completely flips that script. Because it uses open-source software, your costs drop to a fraction of the old model, and boom, you have instant global reach, bypassing those regional gatekeepers altogether.
Moving right along to Section 2, Democratizing TV with AVideo. Now, I want to be really clear here. AVideo isn't just some basic video hosting site. It's an absolute powerhouse, a complete online video platform, or OVP. Whether you're running a massive university, a local church, or you're an independent creator, it hands you enterprise-grade tools. We're talking video on demand, live streaming, pay-per-view, subscriptions, and full smart TV support. It essentially gives you the robust, professional foundation to build a highly scalable streaming business.
And here is the absolute most crucial point. With AVideo, you shift from being a mere renter on centralized platforms like YouTube or Vimeo, constantly worrying about changing algorithms, to the absolute owner of your very own television network. You don't have to ask a tech giant for permission. You own the platform. You own the content. You own the audience. It's your business model.
But, okay, let's think about this for a second. That level of freedom introduces a pretty massive scaling problem. If literally anyone can launch their own platform, how do viewers actually find them? Having thousands of independent, self-hosted sites just floating alone in the digital void is a real challenge. It's kind of like having millions of active phone lines, but absolutely no phone book. Which brings us perfectly to Section 3, Building the WWBN ecosystem. This is the vision that connects the dots. Just look at the sheer scale here. We are talking about over 22,000 discovered platforms out there, hosting over 2 million indexed videos. These aren't just isolated channels. They are thousands of entirely independent television networks. If they stay completely disconnected, it's chaos. They desperately need a unified system to be organized and discovered.
Enter WWBN, the Worldwide Broadcast Network. Think of it as the ultimate digital broadcast registry. It takes those thousands of disconnected destinations and weaves them together into one cohesive television ecosystem by assigning each of them a permanent network identity.
Let's dig into exactly how that functions under the hood in Section 4, the DNS of television. The absolute easiest way to wrap your head around WWBN is to think of it as the DNS for television. You know how the domain name system takes a clunky random IP address and turns it into a clean, permanent domain like Google.com? Well, WWBN does exactly that for streaming. It takes fragmented, messy streaming URLs and turns them into clean, structured channel identities. So, it translates platforms into permanent numbers. Network 1 is ITV Guide, Network 2 is YouTube, Network 3 is Vimeo, and Network 5 is AVideo. Why does this matter? Well, because every platform speaks a slightly different language. Some use RSS feeds, some use custom APIs, JSON endpoints, you name it. WWBN normalizes all of that chaos so that applications can universally understand and distribute the content. And this illustrates a huge philosophical shift from the old days. Remember how traditional cable companies could basically hold a network hostage, like, hey, CNN, pay us more, or we're moving you from Channel 5 to Channel 105. Yeah, the WWBN model completely ends that nonsense. Your network number is yours forever.
Visibility in this ecosystem is earned by making genuinely good content, not bought through anti-competitive cable hostage situations.
All right, Section 5, the complete streaming architecture. This is where the whole puzzle comes together.
This is OSTA, the online streaming television architecture. Let's trace the journey step by step. A video is created using AVideo. Then it's hosted and streamed on an AVideo platform. Next, SearchTube makes it discoverable across networks. Then WWBN steps in to give it that permanent registry ID. After that, ITV.Guide schedules it, OSTV distributes it to smart TVs, and finally, Searchmercials monetizes it. You guys, this literally rebuilds the entire multi-billion-dollar TV industry, but specifically for the open internet.
I want to highlight the really cool synergy happening right here. Without the WWBN registry, ITV Guide literally has nothing to schedule. But working together, WWBN establishes who the networks are, ITV Guide tells the viewers what is on and when, and then OSTV acts as the operating system that pushes that whole familiar TV Guide experience straight to your living room. And finally, Section 6, the future of digital ownership. Let's talk about what this means for you.
So what is the ultimate takeaway? By using this open source architecture, you are completely bypassing centralized tech giants. You achieve total, true digital independence. You aren't building a house on rented land anymore. You own the servers. You own the content. You own your branding, your subscribers, your advertising. The data and the revenue are completely yours.
We are honestly witnessing history right now. We are moving away from a reality where a handful of centralized platforms hoard all the creators and the audiences. We're stepping into an open, genuinely democratic internet television landscape, a place where thousands of independent networks can thrive, and your success actually comes down to the quality of your programming, not the depth of your pockets.
So, I want to leave you with this as we wrap up today's explainer. The old barriers to entry, they've been completely shattered. The open source software, the permanent network registries, the global distribution, it's all there, ready and waiting for you to build your own broadcasting empire. The only question left is, are you going to keep renting space on someone else's platform? Or are you ready to own your global television network?